Welcome to Uncharted Adventures. Yes, that's my drone flying on the coast of Marseille, and it's where part of this adventure first started. We'll be using the latest drones and other emerging camera technology as we explore the world on the show. We believe it's a way to see the world that can reveal unexpected surprises, as you'll see. But first, this isn't just another travel blog. It's the unfolding story of our leap into the unknown. My name is Diane. And along with my family, we've left everything behind to chase a dream, to explore the world, especially old parts of it that are rapidly disappearing. Now, as you'll see, in this harbor on the island of Corfu, there's a mystery lying in the middle of the water, which we'll explore in an upcoming episode. And it's this kind of mystery that we'll be featuring on the show. But if you love sailing, you love history, or just the thrill of discovery, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss what's ahead. Because trust me, you're going to want to see where this journey takes us. As my wife and I grew older, we started to feel it. Life was rushing past while we stayed still. The days blurred into months, the months into years, and while the world kept changing, we seemed to be standing in place. We wanted something different for ourselves and for our twins, a life richer in culture, history, and the connection to the world. A life where new experiences weren't crammed into the margins. That's when we made the decision to spend most of our time in Europe. In 2022, I became a Latvian citizen. A connection to my Baltic roots that had always been part of me, but never fully lived out. That citizenship opened doors, giving us the freedom to choose our home anywhere in the EU. It wasn't just a piece of paper, it was a key to an entirely new chapter. Fast forward to March 2025. After months of planning, researching, and agonizing over what to keep and what to leave behind, we packed our entire home into two 20-foot international shipping containers. Every item had to earn its place. Each box we sealed felt like a small act of courage, letting go of the comfortable to make space for the unknown. It wasn't just about packing things. It was about deciding what parts of our old life would come with us and what parts we were ready to release. There were moments of nostalgia, of course, flashes of excitement, and the occasional pangs of doubt. But when we stepped off the plane, breathing in that European spring air, we knew we'd made the right choice. Our dream goes beyond living abroad. We want to live on the water, not just near it, but truly on it. For us, a catamaran isn't just a boat. It's our home, our travel companion, and our mobile research platform all in one. It's a place where mornings begin with the sound of waves against the hull, and evenings end under skies so full of stars they seem to spill into the sea. We've been eyeing the Lagoon 45, a vessel big enough for a family of 4 plus guests, with a range and stability to cross oceans in the future. It has the space to live comfortably, the performance to handle long passages, and the versatility to anchor in quiet coves or dock in bustling marinas. But finding the right one, that's a journey in itself, equal parts detective work, patience, and luck. So we've begun our search across Europe, scanning online listings late into the night, combing through Yacht World, planning to meet with local brokers from Spain to Greece. Each lead feels like opening a new chapter in a mystery novel. You never know which one will be the one. We're ready to travel anywhere to inspect a promising boat, because the right choice will carry not just us, but all of our plans. The process is complex. offers, counteroffers, marine surveys, sea trials, and inspections. But every step brings us closer. Every conversation with a broker, every set of photos, every walk along a dock with clipboard in hand, it's all part of the adventure. And with each boat we step aboard, we can picture it: the wind in the sails, the bow cutting through the open water, and our family charting a course into the horizon. So join us in future episodes. We'll be searching for our boat. But Uncharted Adventures isn't just about sailing. It's about uncovering history where land meets the sea. This isn't the kind of exploration you've seen 100 times before. We'll be using cutting-edge technology, drones, LiDAR, even experimental photonic radar to scan landscapes and seabeds in ways that reveal the past without disturbing it. This is archaeology without a shovel, high-tech, non-invasive, and deeply respectful of the cultures we're studying. It's a way to uncover stories hidden beneath the centuries of earth or water while leaving the sites exactly as they are. And here's the part I'm most excited about. You'll be able to watch us develop some of these tools and techniques as the show unfolds. From our early prototypes to our field tests, you'll see exactly how this technology comes to life and how we adapt it for use on a moving boat. We'll bring you into lost cities swallowed by forests, forgotten battlefields lying silent under rolling fields, and ruins that have been invisible to the naked eye for hundreds and sometimes thousands of years. So one of the things people don't really talk about is the logistics of travel, what it really takes, how hard it is, especially for carrying the amount of equipment that we are. So we have all of our media equipment, computers, everything we need to do work, everything we need for our family and our kids. And so one of the things you'll also learn along the way, and we'll give you some of the best tips and tricks. We have spent a couple of decades refining how best to travel, how to get around the world, how to do this, how to get to airports, how to get to where you're going, how to do it cost effectively, or when things don't go well. Because one of the things we learned to travel is assume that things go wrong, and if they go well, then it's great. But when they don't go well, you're ready for it, both mentally and with backup plans. And so that's one of the things you'll learn on Uncharted Adventures is how to go on your own uncharted adventures and what it really takes. So that's just another thing you'll pick up on the show. And make sure you hit subscribe below so you can catch episode number 2, which will explore more of these topics in detail. So one of the things you'll notice on Uncharted Adventures is that we don't have a boat yet. That's something that we're actually going to take you through as a participant as we look at all our different options. We're going to get a catamaran. We're hoping around a 40 to 45 foot model. We're not too particular on as long as it meets our needs and eventually can be sailed overseas. But we do like lagoons and leopards. But we'll get into that in future episodes. So we're here in Europe right now, which is one of the world's greatest sailboat markets. And we'll be going around the Mediterranean to various marinas and looking for boats that are good candidates. And so right now we're here in Norway, and you can see the harbor, the marina of Sandnes behind me. And there's some nice boats here, and we can actually sail it. This is a fjord. It goes way inland from the coast. I can actually sail here. So right now we're using Airbnbs to travel around, and as the summer ends here in Europe, we're expecting some good boats to come on the market. And so that's something, there'll be one half of the show is going to be about that. The other half is going to be around building our adventure kit for doing remote sensing archaeology, or what I call non-invasive archaeological studies, so we can actually capture things under the earth. But a big part of it is going to be about how do we get there. So we need a boat to do that, to do that cheaply, and to be able to go to a lot of places where it's not easy to get to. One of the things we've learned in our years of travel is that you can get planes, trains, and automobiles to a lot of places,
but not a lot of the out-of-the-way places. Those are still hard to get to. And most of the world is actually water. So that allows you to get on a boat and go almost anywhere. And you can throw an anchor out, you can take your dinghy, go to shore, and see what you want to see. So where will the show take us in the first few episodes? Well, we've been doing some traveling already here in 2025, and I'll be catching you up on some of the archaeological sites that we've seen. But we'll also go through how we're going to manufacture our archaeological kit. We talked about doing non-invasive archaeology. There's good products out there on the market, but they're either very expensive or they're not cutting edge. And so I've done a lot of research. I have a technical background, both software engineering, some hardware engineering. And we're probably going to have to build our own kit to be able to do the kind of high resolution, non-invasive archaeology that we'd like to do over time. It'll take us a few years to get there, but you'll see us as we design our toolkit for doing remote sensing, using drones and hand carried as well. And we'll take this on our boat to locations that have high probability of discoveries that can be reachable using our toolkit. And so we'll see what we discover. There's no promises, there's no guarantees in anything that we're doing here. But we'll have fun along the way. The journey is often the reward itself, but we hope to make some discoveries along the way as well. And you'll have a front row seat to that, as you'll see, as we take you through step by step, both building our next transportation system, that's the sailboat, as well as building our toolkit for non-invasive archaeology, using things that will go beyond ground penetrating radar, which I'll walk you through in future episodes, millimeter wave, and now the cutting edge, which there is no available products for, no tools for, and that is photonic radar. That's the cutting edge. So more on that in a future episode. Adventure, about travel, about discovery. Something near and dear to our hearts, my wife and I. We've been to over 40 countries, more than that if you combine our list of countries. And so one of the things we learned is how many places around the world are quite different than most Americans expect. So we're based out of the United States. We're currently in Europe. We've traveled all over the world, but we found that as we explore the distant parts of the world, we're seeing that we call it being paved over, that they're losing their local character, that they're getting Starbucks and McDonald's. Went to Bali and went to our Airbnb and there was Starbucks just down the street. We just spent, an enormous effort to get halfway across the world, and we arrived and the same things are there. So as we encourage all young people to do, is get out and see the world while it's still there, because they're building out there, and undeveloped countries want to join the developed world, and they're letting all the great things in that they want, but often at the expense of their local culture. And so one of the things we'll see here in the show is not just archaeological mysteries, ancient sites, great sailing adventures, but also the parts of the world that are still here. So you can get a sense of their culture, their flavor, the food that they eat, their customs, and so on. And so while we'll be going to mostly developed countries at first, as our kids get older, they're traveling with us, but they won't be on the show very much, as I mentioned. You'll get to see all those that with us. Sailing to the uncharted parts of the world, but we'll be mostly in charted parts at first. And as I also mentioned, we have to find our boat. But we prefer sailing vessels, if at all possible. We're not really looking at power boats. With a sailing vessel, you can go just about anywhere in the world with very little gas. You can take your solar panels, make your own power, use your water maker, and you can live off the grid. And this will really support eventually going to really remote locations. We're not going to probably do that for a year or two or three. We don't know yet. But there's plenty to explore and see here in Europe as we do that. But a sailboat is the most self-sufficient vehicle. We've looked at everything, and we've tried everything, from RVs, travel vans, Airbnb travel, which we've done a lot of, tens of thousands of miles of that. And a sailboat is the most optimal package to be able to travel inexpensively and go anywhere with very little notice. You still have cross-border issues, checking in and out of countries and so on, but compared to all the other cost and expense of everything else, that's really minor.
This is just the beginning. In the next episodes, you'll join us as we explore archaeological hotspots, see the Mediterranean, explore the tools we use to bring history to life as we also search for our boat. From the Baltic shores to ancient ruins hidden under the waves, we're chasing the unknown, and we want you with us every step of the way. So stick around, subscribe, and share this with anyone who loves adventure, because together we're going to uncover secrets the world has forgotten.